The handstand will make you feel like a loser, and there is no other exercise that will make you feel as if whatever you're doing is useless. And knowing that the handstand will make you feel like a loser matters, because this feeling of defeat can change your decision making. And if you give up because of these feelings, then you will never get the handstand or any goal at all. Winning matters a lot. Without the feeling of winning, how do you know that whatever you're doing is working? If what you're doing is working, then you are more likely to like your training, and thus be more consistent and put more effort. And let's be real, consistency and effort are at the top of importance of training. The feeling of winning can be completing a set of pull-ups to failure, or any rep at all, or it can be watching your pump muscles after a workout. In this sense, hypertrophy or strength training will always make you feel like a winner. The only moment the handstand will reward you for your hard work is those little moments when you can hold it for a few seconds, then get back to always falling and feeling like a loser. And this lack of win and frustration from the handstand will definitely affect a lot of people's decisions making, or the worse. The thing about learning the handstand is that you cannot skip this process of losing so many times. It is very counterintuitive compared to training for strength or muscle. There are no newbie gains in balance training. You never get to feel rewarded as a beginner. Some people will never feel like they are making any progress at all, and therefore they will consistently change their handstand training. If you always change your training without a good reason, no wonder you don't see any progress. Consistency only matters when you stick to something in particular. Because of the feelings of frustration, some people will never commit 100% to handstand training. Feeling as if the things you are doing are meaningless and useless is painful. And a good way to handle those feelings of frustration is to simply do a little handstand training from time to time. But let's be real, who has achieved the handstand with only 8 weekly sets? These feelings of frustration might cause you to sporadically train the handstand. Maybe you train it for 2 weeks and then you stop. A month later you attempt it again, and this cycle repeats and you never get the handstand. I believe most people that have a handstand as a goal will never achieve it unless they 100% commit to it. It sounds good to see the handstand as a side quest. You get it, good. If you don't, then it is okay. And it is fine if the handstand is not that big of a goal for you, but you will never get it this way. Committing 100% to the handstand means to at least train it 3 days per week instead of 1 or 2 days. It means to at least do between 30 to 40 weekly sets of handstand related exercises instead of 8 weekly sets. It doesn't need to be exactly this range, but it must be close. For example, if you train the handstand 3 days per week with 12 sets of handstand related exercises per session, you are already hitting 36 sets per week. A third of those sets can be used for strengthening the muscles related to the handstand, and the rest can be for balance or supplementary exercises. This might sound like too much, especially at this time when minimal volume is a trend, but most of these sets are just balanced with some maximal effort. You will not get as tired as a maximal effort strength exercise, and the fact that this sounds like too much volume is a sign that you are transferring strength or hypertrophy training advice to balance training, which is very different. Although everybody should listen to their body and shouldn't make drastic volume increases at once without conditioning. It means to always train the handstand first. It means to always arrive at your training and think about doing the handstand training and improving instead of just treating it as a side quest. It means to sacrifice the priority of your other goals for a while to get better at the handstand. It means to not give up and be consistent with it despite feelings of frustration. The good thing about the handstand is that you will not need to do this amount of volume and frequency eternally. Once you get consistent 10-second holds, you can decrease the weekly sets substantially to your liking. Leave the handstand to the side and continue with your strength or hypertrophy goals. Frustration can change your decision making into doing negative things toward your progress. It can make you consistently change your training, never committing to the handstand or always training sporadically. And I find that these 3 mistakes are always done by beginners. But even if you feel like a loser all the time, even if you always fall, little by little your mind-muscle connection, your awareness with your hands will improve. You can feel your hands now, and then your awareness with your hips and knees will improve. The same will be applied to the rest of your body. And when you can feel your hand muscles and your hips and knees and shoulders, that is when you're going to be able to make the little corrections necessary to hold balance. And once you're able to handstand consistently, you will be a handstand addict.